So a little over a year ago, I decided to go to Walmart to pick up a Fusion Pro 2 and start putting together a review. And at the time, it kind of fucking sucked. But things are much different here in late 2022, and I think the Fusion Pro 2 is worth another look because the market's a lot different. So, do I still hate PowerA's attempt at an Elite Series 2? Before I get into why this controller's kind of worth buying now, I have to get into what I still stand by. And that's a lot of my opinions. PowerA changed pretty much nothing. They didn't change the paddles, which still degrade over time in some cases. The trigger stops on every single Fusion Pro controller suck ass, and all the original reliability problems with the original Fusion Pro also made their cancerous way to the Fusion Pro 2. When you look past the pretty faceplate and the volume rocker, these controllers are essentially identical. So when the Fusion Pro 2 drops and it's $90, and the original Fusion Pro is immediately discounted to $60, there's a problem. For the first few months the Fusion Pro 2 was out, the Fusion Pro 1 was still available. It's also basically the same controller, and there's not really a $30 difference between the two, so there's really no point in buying the Fusion Pro 2. Unless the Fusion Pro 1 went out of stock and the Fusion Pro 2 got a price reduction, because $90, to be honest, not really worth it anyways. The Gambit at $90 is a much better deal. However, the Fusion Pro 2 has been reduced everywhere, aside from PowerA's official website, to $60. This means you can have a rubber faceplate, swappable sticks, and 4 paddles, and a 2-year manufacturer's warranty for about $60, so the same price as an Xbox Series X wireless controller. So there's finally a reason to buy the Fusion Pro 2. And if I'm honest, and I don't really think I gave a shit to say this in my original video, but it is a very slight upgrade. The paddles ergonomically are far better on the Fusion Pro 2. The rubber faceplate feels a lot better as well. The trigger stops are the same, but the response times are also slightly different. I've noticed that the polling rate is about 2 times higher on the Fusion Pro 2, meaning the response times are likely to be a little bit faster. Through some miracles, they somehow might be slower, but I wouldn't imagine so. So overall, the Fusion Pro 2 is technically an upgrade. Is it an upgrade that's really worth talking that much about? Not really. But for its not MSRP price of $60, it is actually a pretty decent deal. Like I've said, this is a wonderful budget option if you're looking to get into pro controllers, but you don't want to spend an arm, a leg, trying to get an elite controller experience. You don't need to do that necessarily. But do keep in mind, reliability issues also plague PowerA controllers. They're just as bad as stock controllers, probably a bit worse if I'm honest. And if you go down in the comment section, anyone from my audience who's watched my videos for a while will tell you, yes, PowerA controllers can be very hit or miss.
Hit or miss. I bet he doesn't miss, huh?
If you'd like to buy a Fusion Pro 2, I'll leave a link down in the description below. I'm going to be comparing it to a couple of other budget controllers here in the future, namely the PowerA Spectra and the Victrix Gambit. Keep an eye out for those videos. They're probably going to be, well, just as terrible as every other comparison video, but it'll be okay.